Whoa!
How's it going, guys? Welcome to the best episode yet of On Target Talks. So this is episode 52. I'm joined, obviously, as per usual, by James and Dan.
It's the Dead Show featuring James and Dan.
If you forgot that my name...
I said I'm joined by, not...
If you
okay.
forgot that my name is actually Dan and not Chuckles.
You'll never know my real name.
It's not Des.
I almost left my
It's not Des?
No, so, like I said, this is episode 52. That makes it our 1-year anniversary of streaming. I even got the nice little Facebook time hop thing. Being like, you did this a year ago, just the other day.
Yeah! Awesome!
When we streamed, I think it was Mondays then, too. So we're back to Mondays.
Yeah, back on the Monday grind.
Full circle.
But for this stream, we're going to be going over a lot of the cool stuff we saw at SHOT Show, and then just random stuff. Like we said during episode 50, we bypassed a randomness episode, so this is going to become basically a randomness episode, plus SHOT Show stuff. So, should be a good time then.
SHOT Show.
Of course, we'll be celebrating the whole time.
Yes.
This is not a kickstart this time.
No, we're drinking alcohol because we couldn't do it.
Believe it or not, James is 21.
I know. So the reason we took so long.
No
to do
bartender
this,
thinks so.
Yeah, the reason we took so long to do this is because I wasn't 21 until June. So.
I will have 1 beers. James just goes up to the guy.
No. I need to tell this story. Me and his girlfriend bring him out to a bar on his 21st.
No.
Waitress comes over. Hey, what would you like to drink? What do you have? Waitress lists 3 or 4 beers, 3 or 4 mixed drinks, and a wine or 2. He goes, I'll have a beer. And then just stops there. Waitress gives him this look of like, are you a moron? And then he's like, okay. What beer would you like? And he's like, what do you suggest? Lists like 6 or 7 beers. I'm like, James, just get Whalers. Just stop.
And then she forgets about it. And she's like, hey, can I get you guys anything else? I'm like, I would like my beer. I wasn't a happy camper.
We tipped her well. We felt bad.
I didn't.
Yeah. Me and Jesse tipped her well because we felt bad. But
I would have.
So, like we're saying, this is going to be about SHOT Show, but before we start, as always, we do have our announcements.
There we go.
So, any new announcements about our cool simulation thing we might be doing? So if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the end of last stream. Unless you want to go over it again real quick, what we might be introducing with any luck sometime soon.
So, we're still looking into the logistics of it. I've set
It may not happen, but like I said, we're trying hard.
I've set a deadline for myself by the end of this week to know whether or not we can do it, and then move on from there. But how cool would it be if we could shoot real guns at each other without going to jail and without literally dying? That'd be pretty rad, right?
That'd be pretty rad.
So you can do that through this program called Simulation. You use wax paint-tipped bullets and you modify real firearms to shoot these wax bullets. And we are exploring the possibility of bringing them in and offering them as a game-based night. Probably Thursday nights, or we haven't really figured out.
Probably Thursday nights, and we go back and forth.
Yeah, the explicit details on that, but yeah, it'll be like Thursday night, simulation night. It's going to be a hard 18 plus, probably a whole different waiver for
possibly
that.
21 plus.
Yeah, possibly 21 plus. We're looking to get Glock pistols for that, all that good stuff.
If you can't get your airsoft Glocks.
Yeah, exactly. So it should be pretty great.
Glocks.
Yeah.
Where are you at though?
So it would be kind of set up like 5v5, kind of objective-based missions using simulation guns, and then we might also do like a spec ops style night where you're fighting against an op for an opposing force.
And this will be like kind of like like escape rooms. You come in, you pay like $70 a person or whatever it is, and it's you have an hour to finish the room. It's kind of going to be like that, where you're going to pay for an hour, you get a set amount of ammo, it's going to be a 10-15 minute briefing period.
Like a tool, I'm going to put a shirt on.
Like a 5, you are a tool. Like a 5 to 10 minute, what do you call it, discussion period with your team, deciding how you're going to approach the mission, and then a 30-minute execution phase. But no ETA on that yet. But if you like the idea, definitely let us know in the comments, because we want to make this happen so hard. And the more support we have from the community, easier it is to make it happen.
Yes. So it should really be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I would get a kit for my own box.
I was just like, I want to do this so bad.
Shoot him at my brother's. Just kidding. No, I wouldn't. That's how you get stuff taken away. But anyways, yeah. So we're looking into that. More details to come. Hopefully within the next month or so we can make an official announcement if it is happening. And if you don't hear anything within the next month, then it probably isn't.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately, because there are a couple of laws and regulations that we're still exploring into this. It's deeper than, it's like an iceberg. There's the tip, and then there's like all this like legal stuff underneath that we have to deal with.
Yep.
Extra.
But of course, we have our further announcements. So we have our coming up in just a couple weeks.
February 11th, we have our D-Day.
Me and you just need to start flooding out some missions.
Me and Isaiah have been starting to put together a few ideas for missions. Cool stuff. So it's going to be a World War II themed event. It's going to be based around D-Day. So the Battle of Normandy, some of the events surrounding that. My teeth hurt. Anyways.
I think you drank too much, Dan.
I don't know, man.
Pre-game's too hard. This should just be like a drinking podcast where we just get as drunk as humanly possible and then talk about
I
yourself.
feel like that's not a good
tomorrow.
Well, it's the most interesting Airsoft can be. Just a bunch of drunk guys being like, "This will be great." You know what I'm saying?
Guys, this is going to be totally awesome, okay? But, so make sure you guys pre-register online. You have the U.S. and the British forces versus the German forces. And it's going to be pretty cool. We're trying to work on stuff. I don't remember right now.
Okay.
But then you have Pistol Shotgun Night this month, the 15th. Or not this month. Next month. And then adult. So then that's Pistols and Shotguns only.
Dan.
Sorry.
Did you drink?
Pistols and Shotguns only, plus gas blowback rifles now.
Apparently.
But no.
Or not.
I ain't no. I can probably swear.
Baby back.
I ain't no baby.
Female
I can probably swear because we're drinking. That would probably.
Jesse's watching. Hi, Jesse.
Hi, Jesse. So pistols, shotguns, and gas blowback rifles / SMGs, but not Tippmans or anything. Something where the gas goes in the magazine and it's limited capacity. And then you have Adult Night, which is the 16th. That's a Saturday. Regular gaming is 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then 6 p.m. to midnight is Adult Night only. $20 for your standard admission, $30 with a rental.
Oh, right.
400 FPS, no safety kills, a bunch of different rules. Prone, as it was decided last week, that it was incredibly important detail that you can go prone.
Yes, you can go prone.
Just not under trucks or cop cars.
Yes. Don't do that.
That's a recipe for disaster.
That's like one big thing. You still can't like get into the back of the the truck. There are still safety rules that do need to be maintained.
But Pistol Shotgun Night and Adult Night were both incredibly
they're hella popular this
bumping last weekend, which was incredibly it was just impressive. So if you guys keep coming out and supporting it, like we're just gonna keep doing
it cooler and cooler. Exactly. And then of course you cannot forget about our expo coming up on April. I left my glasses in the car.
I believe it's April 8th, so it's going to be the first Sunday of April. I will confirm that in a second. Yes, April 8th. It's going to be all day.
That would make it the second Sunday of April.
The second? Oh, right, that's right. It falls on a first. My bad.
Believe it or not, there's only 7 days in a week, James. So if you're past the 7th of a month, it's at least the second day.
My math is just on fleek tonight. So that should be great. If you want to register for that, you can go to the event page on Facebook. I believe also there's a NESAG thread.
What is registering get then, James?
I'm sorry?
What is registering get then?
So, if you need to register, and by the way, walk-ons are free. This is a community-based event. We're not going to charge you to walk in the door. But if you want to exhibit, like let's say your team or your organization, field, or even like a tactical-based store, like I think 511 is going to be showing.
Or event runner.
Yeah, really anything airsoft related, or even in the tactical scene. You guys can pre-register for a booth. It's $10. It gets you a 10x10 spot. Electricity is provided, and then $20 if you want to sell stuff. Like some people do patch sales and sell swag for their teams and stuff. So if you're on a team and you want to recruit, you can do that. If you're not on a team and you're looking to join, or you're just trying to get into the airsoft scene in the Northeast and surrounding areas, this is the place to be. You'll find everything from line claws, snag ops, PTS.
Be nice if Sato would come down.
Yeah, usually Sato, if he's not exhibiting, he's usually there walking around.
Sure.
So that's going to be put on by Fry, the Airsoft ambassador, as well as us. So I'm very much so looking forward to it this year. It should be a fantastic time. We have a lot of space, very open space. It's not like this 2-room kind of BS that we've been doing recently. It's one room. Yeah, 1 year recently. It still counts. So it should be a really good time. I'm very excited for that. You guys should be too. I'll see you then.
Yeah. And I was going to say something else, but I forgot. So we can move on. I was going to say, do you want to mention real quick about the whole no raffles for guns?
Oh yes. So last year we had a few teams,
which is awesome. But
it is great. You know, like if you want to do like small raffles and stuff like that, I would do that. But when it comes to like raffling off like guns and other things that would normally be 18 plus, and then not carding people or doing anything like that before you accept people's money and give them tickets, that's an issue. You're basically selling guns to minors at that point, and we are hosting that. It's the same reason why Facebook doesn't allow airsoft trade groups and stuff like that, is because they are hosting a site in which these illegal gun sales are happening. Same thing. So don't raffle off guns or sell guns unless like you card them. But even still,
you need to have an 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Present, if not, yeah.
Even still, like just agree to meet like, I don't know, down the road or something like that. Just not at extreme. Just don't do it here. Thank you. I'm done with that. I'm done with my
I think
spiel.
guns are fine if it's adult to adult. If it's adult to kid, that's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, even still, even if you're adult, just do it somewhere else. I would appreciate that as extreme. Speaking as extreme.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Either way, moving forward. So, and one final announcement is, I don't know if you're coming yet, Dan, but me, James, and Jake signed up for Cold Steel. So let us know if you're going to that game in Connecticut, and then I can call you Jake and Jake James all event again.
Yes, it's going to be a great time.
How many times did I do that during AJ?
Oh, many times. So shameless plug to MSATO. We're going to be going to Cold Steel March 10th and 11th. We're going to be playing on Green Team. So I'm pretty pumped to see that. Hopefully, if any of my team members are playing or watching, let's sign up and do that. But if not, we also have, I think, Combined Arms, Nick Carcetti. He's offered a few spots on their squad.
Cool.
They're a few hard hitters, so I would absolutely be on that. I was talking to Jake about that, and I want to message Tom and ask him to explore the possibility of doing a recon team, but that's more to come with that.
That would be fun. I mean, we just wrecked Havoc, like, in a good way, wrecked Havoc last time.
Yeah, recon is fun.
Are you going to be able to go, Dan, or is it going to be the can't both get a day off kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a can't both get the day off, but I already requested off Spring Offensive, so.
Should be a good time.
I'm glad I can just go to all of them now.
Lucky.
Yeah, shut up.
It's fun. I have to teach. Was possibly going to have to teach something the day after that weekend, the Cold Steel weekend. I'm like, yeah, no, I got work.
Sorry, I'm super busy that.
Well, no, I told him, like, I'm going to be too dead. No, not teaching something. But, like I said, we can finally get onto our main topic today. So, James, if you want to...
Nick, I swear to God, you just...
What?
I wish I could just fire people for personality conflicts.
What did he say?
He sent me this extremely disturbing image involving chicken nuggets and this particular dipping sauce.
James Dell calling you out.
So Nick, you're on you're on thin ice, man. You better get some floaties.
Stick to girly drinks. Boy.
But like I said, so what do we have from Prop Show? You didn't send me any links.
Oh, that's right. I haven't sent you this. So there's quite a lot at SHOT Show. We were not there this year, but we were watching all of the accredited news sources very closely with upcoming stuff.
By accredited, we mean brand.
By accredited,
YouTubers.
meaning like YouTubers who usually don't lie. Hang on, let me get a shareable link for you, bro. Message that to my main man. Does the latest. And we will get on with the news.
So I'm at work this week, right? And this guy comes up to my cube, and I said hi to him earlier last week. He comes over to my cube, and he goes, "You're dead." Because I introduced myself as Alex in a professional environment.
Oh.
He comes over and he's like, "You're Dez," and I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay. I thought I recognized you when I stopped by Extreme the other day.
Ha!
You've been playing here for years."
Oh, dang.
And his son too, but
That's pretty cool.
it was just kind of funny. Okay, yeah, we can do the pro. I mean, we kind of already talked about this last week a lot.
Well, it's something to go over briefly. If you want to watch last week's stream, you can really get the full deets on that one.
So this is the exact. James didn't even pick a different picture to put up.
There really aren't any other pictures of it.
There was a lot of pictures Polar Star put up actually, but that's okay.
I don't know what that one.
I do.
Alright, let's not talk about that. Anyways, let's talk about this. So what you see right here is the Polar Star PR15 Pro. This uses Systema PTW mags as well as Systema PTW uppers, which means you get to use the far superior PTW hop-up assembly.
And the far inferior PTW magazine. Together, you come out just
You're okay.
barely ahead.
Yeah, just barely ahead, but we're very excited for
But
this.
here's the best part. Unlike James's gun, it doesn't have a motor.
Yes, it doesn't have a motor and electronics that break. This is my favorite thing in the entire world.
Can I hear PTW though?
No, because
I'm
I'm going to keep my PTW and I'm going to switch the uppers. So I'm going to probably get the PR15 Pro with a long upper, then keep my PTW, and then use the CQB upper and kind of change them as I please.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. Use the Systema uppers.
Yeah, but aren't they modified for the F2?
No.
Sure.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure they're modified for the F2.
I think I'm calling Polar Star tomorrow to figure that out. But anyways, so it should be very interesting. I'm very excited for this. It should be, if it is everything that we think it is, it's going to be a game changer in terms of performance and compact ability.
You can use the CO2 stocks or the
or their own
regulator stocks
4,000
like that.
psi like cylinders that go into stock, which allow the use of a buffer tube. You've seen from what is it, Wolverine? They have their MTW or something like that, which is cool. You know, Wolverine is always pushing out some cool stuff, but I got to rip on them a little bit for their stock. They do have a compact stock, but it isn't one that allows you to use commercial stocks.
Is it mil spec or is it just like
No, like
proprietary?
What I mean by commercial is like an actual buffer tube stock. This is their own proprietary.
That was a
thing.
bad way to put it because
Yeah.
it's commercial spec and mil spec.
Yes, I understand that discrepancy, but it's the best I could describe it. But yeah, so it definitely looks interesting.
Off-the-shelf.
Very similar off the shelf parts.
That's
Whatever.
gross.
Moving on. So it's still very interesting, and we will look at that. The next thing from Polar Star we did not talk about yet, though, and that is actually really cool.
Give me a minute. So start talking about it. You know.
Okay, so Polar Star made up this whole thing where Ben, if you don't know who Ben is, Ben is Polar Star's in-house engineer. He's a brilliant, brilliant mind.
And also like the founder of Polar Star.
Yes, he's the founder of Polar Star. He created a fusion engine, which is the reason for the company's success.
So I want to say the
So-
MRS is the long one and the MR is the short one?
Yes, and the S should be, they should make it the MRC for the MR Compact.
Or the MRL for the MR long?
Yeah, but then they would have to change up their pre-existing name, which is a no-go. But anyway, so they challenged him to make a regulator that's smaller than the tank, than like the threads on the tank head itself. And he was like, LOL, okay, and he made that. So I'm very excited for that.
So what I wish they would do, because that still threads onto the tank.
Mm-hmm.
What I want them to do is make a regulator that replaces the tank's regulator.
That would be cool. That would also be expensive, and I don't really trust airsofters to install something that acts as a buffer between 4,500 psi and atmospheric pressure.
It's literally it threads on just like those. Or
If you have an airsoft
we sell tanks with them on it.
yes, I would be down for that, but that still doesn't change the fact that if it's sold separately, some kid is going to try to install a tank head on a 4,500 psi tank.
tank.
Well, that's terrifying in itself, but even more terrifying is he installs it improperly, and we go to fill it up, and then whoever filling it up like loses their job because it explodes in their face. So I think that's a horrible idea because you can't trust airsofters to do that.
No, but it would also be awesome.
It would be awesome for everyone else, but for the 1% that would absolutely ruin that, it's not, and that's terrifying to me.
I mean, so after this up to 800 psi is still going to kill you.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, a spoon can kill you, but You know what I'm saying? Anyways,
No.
so further down the list, here I'll even pull up the thing.
You're not going to talk any more about this? You're just leaving it at that?
Well, what else is there more to
How
talk
the chrono
about?
lock works. What's the FPS range?
The chrono lock goes over the
balanced?
adjustment knob. It probably doesn't self-balance because it's so tiny, and the adjustment is right under.
That wasn't a challenge to try and get all that out in a sentence.
What?
So that was not a challenge to
Well,
try
I
and
took
answer
it on
all
as a
those
challenge. I was
questions.
very competitive. So moving on.
Japan, my ass.
We're looking at G&G now. So G&G, I really don't know how I feel about this. It is really cool. What it is it's a polymer body LMG.
Strike!
And
Crytek strike!
Very fast. It retails at under $300.
I don't like it.
Polymer.
So it is going to flood all of your airsoft fields with full auto guns and high capacity magazines. And it's completely allowed because it's modeled after a real steel LMG.
It doesn't have built-in bipod, just saying.
Well, neither does the Strike, nerd.
It's the Shrike.
Strike, whatever, same thing.
The Strike is
The
a
strike.
Alright.
True.
Swear to God, it's a good thing.
We're drinking. You're gonna expect a lot of stuff.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be bad by the end of the stream.
You should have seen last night. I was in tears.
Oh man, yeah. Last
Can we tell
night.
the story, please?
Well, not yet.
Please.
Fine.
Keaton's not watching.
Fine, sure.
So-
Tell the story.
So, me and James are talking about how he needs to get a good internship soon and stuff like that. You know, being adults, and
Trying to make money.
right.
That's what it is.
And he's like, oh yeah, I messaged Keaton, friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, asking if he had if he could get an internship at Keaton's workplace because he's an engineer as well. So Jessie, James's girlfriend, goes, oh, what's the name of the place he works at? James goes, I don't know.
Straight up, I don't know. I sent him my resume and everything, and I'm like, and he said he'll put my resume at the top of the pile. Like, I'm all pumped up, and
I was
everything.
crying. I was straight up
and
crying.
she goes, oh, where's this? I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, that's like.
I just started crying. I was
Just want to look it up,
laughing so
and
hard.
he works at like a cable manufacturing thing. That
General
works in-
Cable.
Yeah, General Cable. So that's interesting. I'm very excited.
If you have an engineering internship for James, call now.
Calm down, I'll put in my application and wing the interview.
But no, alright, back to this gun. Reasons I don't like it. It's the old GR4, look up GR4 combat machine.
I know what that is.
It's the old GR4 combat machine with a slightly different upper receiver and a box mag.
Yeah.
The only thing is, I will say that box mag generally reduces mobility significantly.
My issue with it is it's a cheap LMG. Normally LMGs are
No,
a
'cause
little
I
expensive.
can't-
And then if you,
Well, so are RPKs.
well, if you really want to play the saw gunner role, usually you have to
Yeah,
fork
that's
up
pretty- yeah.
some cash to play that role, which means that it's usually played by people who genuinely want it. This is going to be something that someone can impulse buy just because they're like, oh, look at that, I can use that in full auto.
It's kinda
And it's just
also
going to
very
become like
ugly.
a speedy spam fest.
It's also real ugly.
I mean, G&G's not known for their pretty rifles.
We could also be, okay, to be fair, you say it's modeled after a real gun. The only thing that makes it modeled after a Shrike is the upper receiver. The one thing that would never work in the real world is the barrel's too short. I would say we don't allow that because the barrel's too short.
No, we have to allow it. Can you give
Why?
me a flavor?
Because if we
Because
allow
it's
the
not modeled
Shrike,
after a real gun.
the Crytek
If I
Shrike,
took, no, this is why, James. If someone takes an RPK, because no, there's actually a rule about this in Stagots. If someone takes an RPK and cuts down the barrel and takes off the bipod, they can't use it as a machine gun anymore. So
But
that's
the-
it. That's the Stagots rule.
What if you
yeah,
like
but the Crytek Shrike still, that's like the same length as the Shrike.
Yeah.
The Shrike's not
the
super long.
enhanced LMG, the Gen 2 Crytek?
I think there's a lot of people that don't allow the Shrike, if we're going to be honest, but the Shrike weighs a lot.
I'd say like 98% of airsoft event runners will allow that.
Allow it, but not like it. But
Yeah,
yes.
exactly. So,
But they require they require it's a bipod and a box mag at all times.
yeah,
So I would say this to be used.
if
to
it's sold with like the little grip, the grip pod, whatever the hell they call it, that'd be interesting.
I'd say it requires a bipod and box mag to be used.
Yeah, no, I would agree completely. So that's definitely interesting. You'll definitely see here. I mean, of course, there's going to be a demand for it, as with any G&G release. So yeah, so that should be cool. I think we should move on to the next thing, where Classic Army seem to have dropped quite a few things.
Oh, we're just being weird now.
I am going to rip on them pretty.
Oh, dude, it's an ARP9. I mean the Nemesis.
What is it?
rifle.
Is this
the
a
Nemesis
is this a
X9?
CAP9?
No, so they call this the Nemesis, so they don't at least rip
It's
off.
like the
name.
Nemesis X9
But
or something.
it is an ARP9. Look at it, the stocks, the CP
Okay,
stock,
we have to be fair here. Wait. The ARP9 is based off a real gun.
I didn't even know that, so okay.
Everybody just copies each other.
My point being though is if you're gonna base, that's like once again yelling at someone for copying someone that's copied.
Sure. But even still, so the thing is, like, the ARP9 is.
But it's so close to, I don't know, I feel like it's so close
like,
to the ARP9 releasing, like
they could have at least
hop
put,
on that
like,
hype train.
They could have at least put a, what is it? A keymog rail instead of an M-lock rail, just like the ARP9. Like, I mean, I respect them for, jumping on what is, like,
Hype train!
So,
yeah, the hype train, exactly, but...
So just to be clear, this is the real one.
I feel like,
yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't like a thing where they were like, oh man, we've been developing
The
this.
Keymon thing is better, James. That's why they do the Keymon
The
thing.
keymog thing is lame.
Wrong.
But they do have the that stock there.
That stock's actually kind of badass, but
It's an ATF workaround stock
I know.
because you have to screw it into place, so therefore it's permanently affixed.
But point being though, is ARP9 is based off this gun. So
True.
I'm just being devil's advocate here that Classic Army just cloned a gun that also exists.
Or cloned a gun that was incredibly successful by G&G, and they're like, man,
Yeah.
let me get a piece
It's
of
okay
that
though,
hype train.
because the Classic Army MOSFETs don't work. So
True. Question!
Well, continuing on with that, if you go to the next thing, you will see
The GT
the
War.
Classic Army double barrel.
But why are you
M4.
burning through these topics? Like,
I mean,
Is
I don't know,
is
viewers,
the
tell me,
Nemesis a ripoff or not? Let us know in the comments below.
yeah, like you guys.
Damn it.
You guys
just
tell us
burning
what's
through
good.
these topics. We can talk
All
about
right.
rip-offs of
So
wrist
this
guns.
one, I have questions about. Okay? So it's,
Well, that's also a render, isn't it? No, I guess it's real.
No, that's the real deal.
I thought it was
that's
a
an
render. at
Airsoft
first.
GI.
Did someone say Nemesis? Gordon has chimed in.
Oh, Nemesis is it from the game.
Yes, that would be. That was what Kira played.
Yep.
Like,
Anyways.
So yeah, he posted.
So the
attached on.
Classic Army, the DT4, whatever, like it's one motor and one trigger, but everything else is double. So it seems
Magazines
pretty.
are proprietary.
The mags are proprietary.
Is it a ginger cider? Not a good call.
Yeah, I wouldn't fuck with
Give it
that.
a try, but
But
You
anyways,
should just chug it, just so you don't have to like.
my
shoot it
existential
later.
question, you guys, is this gun when it shoots?
is it semi?
Is it semi or is it burst? There's one trigger, you pull once, 2 shots come out.
So here's my thing. We allow AH-12s.
True.
Wah wah.
Well, what about the A12?
Well, they're
Allow
shot.
it
That's true.
Yeah, of course we allow it because it's a real.
because it's at 6 shots per trigger pull.
So are the Jag and Tokamuri.
Right. So we'd allow this.
Oh, it's only 3.
Yeah, sure, we'd allow it.
But
I
it's
mean,
a
we'd make fun of you until the end of
But
time.
like if it was a Jaguar Scattergun or a TM, you're
So,
at least
Corey-
limited with the amount. Like that's
So,
2 300
oh.
round high caps.
Speaking of which, no, it's not. They're proprietary high caps. Isn't that what you told me?
He said that.
Didn't you say those magazines are proprietary?
They should be proprietary, yes.
So,
Should be. I don't
so
like the
why?
answer.
Oh, because
I don't see the
James.
function of this.
I need to ask you a question.
The
And I
functionality
want
is
you to
it.
answer honestly.
I did see someone mention.
Do you aim with one barrel?
No. This is the honest question. If a real version of this existed and you had the opportunity to shoot it, tell me you would.
To shoot it? Absolutely. To own it? No.
No, I said shoot it.
Yes, to shoot it, sure. Yeah, I would shoot it. Yeah. I mean, who
That's
wouldn't
gonna
want to
make
shoot
shooting
double barrel
people so difficult. Like kids are gonna be like, well, I have 2 barrels on my gun, so I must be incredibly accurate because you still have 2
Twice as
distinct.
accurate.
You have 2
Twice
distinct
as
barrels.
precise.
Like you have sights that are lined up with the center of the gun, but the center of the gun has space between it for the barrels, So I could be pointing at somebody and trying to shoot them through a hole, and I'm just hitting everything
What you should
except for
do?
the hole.
No. This is what you should do.
45 offsets.
You should put what's the word I'm looking for? Not threading. Rifling.
Are you watching the YouTube chat?
No.
King Jong-un Rocket Man says, "Very good. I nuke you last."
So you put rifling.
Who are you?
This is what you do. You put rifling in one barrel.
Facebook like pictures.
Change it like this. You put rifling in one barrel.
Yep.
And smoothbore in the other barrel. So as the pellets fly through the air, you just have one orbiting the other.
Whoa! That'd be pretty fresh. No lie.
That would be cool, but then that other one would be significantly behind the other one as well.
Right, so you get hit and you'd look and there'd just be another one go
Yes.
See what get.
You're like, no!
We should have invited Pat onto this stream.
Yeah, no, we gotta get all the guys down here again. Yeah, we gotta get Fry, Gordon, Pat, all those guys down here.
Absolutely. Anything more to add about this ridiculousness?
Oh, alright, so Kim Jong-un commented once again, it says I got an AK-47 from you guys a few months ago. It broke, we fixed it very well, no problems at all, I knew you last.
Glad to hear it, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what? I figured out why.
Arigato. Wait, no, that's Japanese.
Why? Because it's classic army?
No, I figured
What
out
is
why.
what is thank you in?
I don't know. Do you know why I can't buy this gun?
Why can't you buy that gun?
It's pretty obvious.
Because it's disgusting.
Because it's M-Lock.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say because it's classic army.
That's what I said.
I was just trying to piss you off with the M-Lock thing.
M-Lock is cool.
Dude,
M-Lock
I don't know,
is
man.
the future.
They're practicality.
The
of that
future
shit.
is all about.
I'll give you M-Lock looks cooler, but it
Future is all about geometry
No,
and
okay.
rectangles.
Hey, what came out first, M-Lock or Keymod?
Keymod did.
Wrong.
Really?
M-Lock, you know what the M is for?
Yeah, Magpul. I know
Right,
Magpul design.
right.
Yeah.
The Magpul handguards came out like a couple years before.
Oh yeah, like their carbine things, and you had all that.
That's M-Lock.
Alright, fine.
I don't know why it came back, because it like sucked back then. Keymod came about, and people were like, damn, this is too good. We gotta go back to this really sucky
Keymod's
system.
had some legit R&D to it. M-Lock's like, like, look at what we did, but it looks better.
Exactly! That's exactly what I'm saying!
It's all the same, bro. It puts your
It's not all the
flashlight,
That is such a
your
wrong
laser.
statement. So why don't you just get 1913 rails on everything, if it's all the same?
because those are heavy.
Keymod's lighter than M-Lock, and you know that.
By .-3 ounces. Anyways, moving on.
Classic Army also released the vehicle mounts
Yes.
for the the spade trigger
You complain about
and the vehicle mount.
You complain about Classic Army a lot, James. So I'm seeing a lot of news from Classic Army.
Well, they have a lot of stuff that I can make fun
Yeah,
of.
there's a lot of interesting stuff that they're doing. So they also came out with their high torque motor, they say, for the microguns, and they're supposed to get you up to like 48 rounds a second, which sounds from 28 to 48. That's a really. Do you want to be
That guy.
more AIDS to everybody on your
I mean, if you have a microgun,
I'm
you
okay
might as
with
well
it.
make it more cancerous.
I'm okay with it. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
okay with it.
intimidation?
Speaking of which, we need that vehicle mount for it.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, that'd be fresh.
I still say that Extreme needs to purchase a Humvee, and just make it, outfit it for Airsoft
Deuce
games.
and a half.
Yes,
Technical.
and just any
but
cool
in all
military
seriousness,
vehicle,
a Humvee. Deuce
and
and a half
just
costs
roll
so
through
much
to
to
events, and just
extreme.
But another
no,
cool
it has to
thing.
be painted green and black. That way we can only play
Classic
green.
Army started releasing like all their old
Neon
G3
green
rifles.
Yes.
So like the entire G3 line that they used to do are coming back. I think they're doing it with the MOSFETs and the ETUs, if I recall. But you have the PSGs, you have the G3 SGs, you have the G3 T1s, you have. I don't know if they're doing the CA51. I know they're doing the CA/HK33. So that's the one that uses the 5.56 max. So you have like
If I was there,
5 or
I'd
10
tell you more about
those
it.
high caps, and it's really weird. But a G3 that uses 5.56. But yeah, so they're coming out with a bunch of that.
I agree.
Which
Yes.
is very interesting. It's very interesting. Good on you, Classic
Let's just
Army.
turn this into like the drinking
Nobody
game
makes
podcast.
nobody
just
really
play
makes a
drinking
lot
games.
of
I should have brought cups and pong, and we could just play Pong and have everyone else watch it.
Because that sounds exhilarating.
Yes, I would watch that. I would watch like the Pong Championships.
I agree with
Pong
you,
Extreme
Gordon.
employees.
Death to 2 barrels M4. I concur.
Oh.
That's dope. That's gonna cause so many problems. Somebody's just gonna think that they're hitting everything. Well, if I can't hit you over here, why can't I hit you over here?
Alright, if you guys have anything else from SHOT Show you want us to talk about, let us know. We'll look it
Yeah.
up and
I want those
talk about it.
Elite
Yeah,
Force.
but at this point, just like ask us questions.
We're not
like,
gonna
do
talk about
whatever.
anything Elite Force.
I mean, you know, we're drinking at this point, so like just ask us anything. Des said that he's gonna mute the stream if I start to say like
there we go.
inappropriate.
Oh, I found it.
I challenge you, the viewers, to make me say something
What
that
the
makes
frick?
Des mute the stream. So let's see if we can do that. New challenge. This is the new topic.
James. So
Let's see how disgusting.
I googled most ridiculous things at SHOT Show 2018. Rapid. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Rapid deployment bayonet.
Wait, is it rounded out as a hollow?
What is that? What is that? Why? What purpose would that serve other than storage?
Let me tell you.
I have.
The thing probably weighs like 6 pounds.
I can't even come up. I'm trying to come up with something like even funny.
For what?
I'm sure there's a penis joke in there
The
somewhere.
usefulness of this.
But like,
well.
That way I don't accidentally stab you when I'm shooting you. I can make sure I'm only stabbing the people I intend to stab.
That reminds me of a product that I saw a little bit ago. If you don't already, you guys should go follow, what is it, Tactical Rifleman on
see,
YouTube.
what's the weight? Like 8 pounds? Thank you. Who said that?
They said a
Colin?
Gen. No, this is also very true. Instead of Gen 1 UBR, they're probably not worried about the weight.
Gun memes. The best of memes.
But it reminds me of the Tactical Rifleman. They did a video where it's a shoot through bayonet. So you can see it's a bayonet. You mount your barrel so that when you're going through towns and you want to make sure that vehicles don't chase you, pop tires. You can, but it won't get in the way of you shooting. And then they have lugs and everything for those fancy tires. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about. We didn't even talk anything about Elite Force, dogs.
We will in one moment, but before I do that, James, did you hear about the new product from Tesla?
No. Oh, wait, what?
Sorry, it's from the Boring Company.
The flamethrower?
Yes.
Yes, I did see that.
So,
my friend was asking me today. He's like, "Hey, who wants to go halfsies?" And I was like, "We'll make it a 3-way."
Do you want to know what the best part is?
It's literally a flamethrower. What's better than that?
Did you see what Elon Musk's new Twitter handle is? When he released the flamethrower?
What?
Zombie Defender.
Zombie Defender.
They sold now 10,000 of them.
The guy's definitely like the coolest rich person.
Coolest rich person ever.
Yeah.
He's like is Batman, basically.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Like everyone, that's the thing about Batman is like.
Okay, these posts. Wait.
Everyone talks to Batman like, oh, who is he? Like he's definitely the coolest philanthropist ever. That's who he is. Like that's definitely where I would start.
So I love Elon Musk.
Didn't he
This
the Boring
thing's
Company
about to be
flamethrower guaranteed to liven up any party. Then he posts, "Don't do this," and this is the GIF. Wait, James. He goes, "Don't do this." Just wait.
Oh yeah, you showed me this last night.
The camera guy's like, "For hell."
I would have had a heart attack.
But wait, there's another. Because when the zombie apocalypse happens, you'll be glad you bought a flamethrower. Works against hordes of the undead or your money back. Obviously,
I wouldn't buy that.
He goes, obviously a flamethrower is a terrible idea. Definitely don't buy one. Unless you like fun.
No, you want the one that literally spits gas. You want the one that spits gas at like
Glass.
heat.
Fits
gas.
Is that the Kertap one? It spits broken glass.
Yeah, it's manufactured by MSADA. Yeah, it shoots glass.
Before you go to any AO, they just spray it all around.
Yeah, exactly. No, but no, I want a legit flamethrower because that thing is good for about what, like 3 feet. I want something that I can just like literally set people on fire before they.
I want to be able to set people on fire from at least 30 yards away.
Exactly. No, for real though. Why would you risk setting someone on fire? Because if I'm on fire, like if I'm coming at you and you hit me with a flamethrower, I can at least land like 1 or 2 like punches or stabs or whatever I got in my hand on you.
How many times have you been lit on fire?
Wait, what?
I'm just saying. I could probably, with adrenaline,
Stalin 12.
push through.
Speaking of cool
the
new
issues.
stuff. No. Speaking of cool new stuff that was at SHOT Show. The IWI 12 gauge.
No way, what?
Actually, Gordon messaged me about the TNVC patches with the skull that says "I'll be seeing you tonight" in Greek letters. We just talked about how cool those patches are. Did you see those, Dan?
What? No.
The people are selling for like $50 on eBay, but TNVC had a SHOT Show patch that was a skull that had like sentinels on, and in Greek letters it said like "I will be seeing you tonight," and it was
Why
the
Greek
coolest
letters?
patch in the world. And
Why Greek?
I just wish I was
What
at
does that
SHOT
have to
Show.
do with anything?
James.
No, it absolutely doesn't. We're talking
What's
about
your
SHOT
opinion
Show.
about
No, I'm saying, what does Greek have to do with anything?
Well,
why does it have to be Greek?
You know, like Mulan Lob, like, you know, it's
Oh,
like a Marines
that's
thing, you know,
super
it's-
cool, man.
it's kind of a
Mulan Lobby, man.
like a Marine.
Mulan Lay.
So James, what's your opinion about this gun?
I think it's
Oh, it
This
looks
is
like
the
the,
IWI 12 gauge.
Looks
It
like
has-
a jackhammer that never happened.
It has 3 barrels in it. Each barrel I think it's 7 rounds. And so you could have like 3 different types of shotgun ammo, and just click which one you want, and it's semi-automatic shotgun. Bullpup, semi-automatic shotgun. It's literally every cool thing in the gun world shoved into one gun.
That reminds me of,
IWI.
Look how big
that
it is.
reminds me of, what is it?
It's a 12 gauge shotgun, of course it's big.
That reminds me of Black Ops 2. They have that
It
shotgun
reminds me
where you
of
have to
AA-12.
spin it after
But
you
better.
load
It's
the
like an
barrel.
AA-12 and
like
the
a-
board had some like really drunk intercourse, and this is what happened.
That
Yeah,
is-
and they had a beautiful child.
it's a very
It
stylized.
somehow came out.
I'm kind of digging it. I'm digging it.
Dude,
Actually, well, James, by the way, great name, said, "What are your thoughts on the Elite Force MP7 AEG?" And I know Des has some thoughts on this one.
okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about why there is not good AEPs, automatic electric pistols. For for an AEG system like that to work, there needs to be enough volume in the chamber. They managed it with the Chris. I will say it is possible they're going to do it with the MP7, but the feeding ramp would have to be very long. The issue is from where the magazine sits to the back of the gun, you have to divide that space by 2, take the width of the gun, and that's the maximum volume of air you have to propel a pellet. I think maximum FPS of 250.
Well, think about it like this: drop an HPA in it. And then
Well,
call
if
it
it's
a
an
day.
MP7,
Right.
well, if it's an
I guarantee
MP7,
you they're making the gun
I'm not going to be going.
specifically so people will buy it and throw HPAs in it.
It's not a bad move.
I mean, it's not the worst. I mean, someone's got to step up. Not everybody's going to have TM or well MP7s.
Well, especially.
Unless you're me, who recently acquired
See, my boy King
Polar
Joe
Star Jack TM
on
MP7.
YouTube, he said Greek letters are badass. By the way,
Why are they
and he
badass?
also said like our
That's
video,
appropriation.
and he won't nuke you. So if you're on
There you go.
Facebook, give us a like. If you're on YouTube, watch all of our videos and give us likes. Make sure that you watch all of our videos all the time on YouTube. Like just set it on while like go to work.
30
Like, create a
round.
playlist of all of our videos and just go to work and give us
What is-
the
what?
view time so that YouTube can actually pay us
What?
for this.
That's a
Hey James,
That
what's
was
your
one.
opinion on this gun?
tactical Thompson? No way. Oh my
Tactical
god.
Thompson.
Hello there.
So I know the kit Ryan's going to drop his gas blowback Thompson into.
Can't wait for that.
I mean, if he actually.
I mean, it's
if he put his
cool.
Thompson in that, I'd be pretty
It's
happy.
cool. There's also that thing that Crytek did where they like modernized an M14 with an M14.
Oh my god, guys. That was the grossest thing I've ever
What
seen.
they do?
Crytek.
Crytek, you have to
Just
find
look
it.
for Crytek M14.
They have an M14 that's like somewhere between a love child of an M14 and an M16. Like I don't.
I mean, that would be badass.
I'm not seeing it.
I do agree with you,
Give me a
TRK
sec.
on YouTube, that the what is it, whatever it is, the Tommy gun is cool. It's just a little outdated, I feel.
Crytek.
Well, hey, so that was an updated kit for it. I don't understand, James. Please elaborate.
Oh,
You wanna
it's
get
an
a
agreement with
25
Osprey.
ACP
Oh, look up
modern rifle.
Mark
Could he do a P or a
MK36
Vector?
inch.
I'm sure it's just as expensive.
I'm going to get a lot of G36s, I think. So what's the
Right.
difference? Okay, what's the difference between? Be honest with me. What's the difference
Yeah.
between this and a 308 M4?
No, that's not it. Damn it, dude.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Give me a sec. Let me try to pull it up on my phone.
You hating on this? James?
So the Crytek M14 is based on the SOCOM
Yeah, that's pretty close.
16/EDR,
Yeah, that's
the
based on-
Enhanced Battlefield.
I mean, that looks
Right,
sexier
right.
than this one does.
Thank you, Gordon.
This one with the two tones pretty.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it.
It
That's kind of
reminds
cool.
me of, what is it, the AR-47 that uses the
57.
57. Okay, thank you. That uses the AK.
Oh, so AR
Oh,
47.
47. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It uses
Also, Crytek kind of sort of dropped their, or they're not dropping it, but they teased that their
Their
SR-47 version.
There is an AR-57. I think that's the one with the P90 magazines.
Yeah, AR-5.
yeah. 5.
Okay, so in Airsoft, this makes no sense.
Absolutely not.
In the real steel world,
It makes perfect sense.
this is the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, because you could put a magazine.
You put an empty AR-15 magazine in the
Collects your shells.
mag well, and it collects all your shells. If you're someone who reloads, that's... Also, look at the length of it.
Or for super special forces.
James, look at this.
Zero trace. Yeah, dude, I don't know
Pretty rad,
about that
right?
M14.
But I still would love to shoot 5.7. I want like an FN 5.7 pistol.
I take a P90 over that.
Really?
Yeah.
But, I mean, Crytek hasn't posted anything else that they've done. So
I
that's
just
the
love
only
Bulldogs.
thing. PTS coming out with all those stuffs. They teamed up with Speed QB to do like red, orange, blue mags. So, I mean, they look like
It doesn't
look
push
like
it, I'm
crap,
sorry,
but-
but it's pushing the whole, like, not that I hate speed softers, but I hate what it's turning Airsoft into. And I
Well,
feel
To
like...
be fair, it's been better recently.
Well,
No, it
yeah,
has, but I'm just saying, I feel like pushing all these brightly colored things just kind of ruin the progress we've made.
Well, listen. This is what's happening. Is there's these guys, they're sitting in a conference room, they're all executives of these
And you
companies.
go, what's gonna sell?
Exactly, and they go, what is popular? Cancerous rifles with neon colors on them. Okay, let's release a whole lineup of them.
Yes.
And they just sell all these neon guns, and all these
Speaking
little
of
kids get
cancerous.
erect nipples, and they're like,
Speaking of cancerous, what is that watch face you have on right now?
oh, this is my workout watch face. It tells me my how many steps I've taken, my floors, my
What
heart
does
rate,
he
the
think?
day,
What?
the day of the month, my battery percent, how long I've walked in kilometers, my miles, steps. I've already said that. The date, the
Because a
time.
month is something I always care about when I'm working out. I go, wait, is it January? February?
True.
It's great.
Facts. Real life.
Except for the burger.
Jesus.
All right, but
I'm just practicing my
Others.
Rick cosplay for whenever I
was
will ever
Rick.
do that.
Let's talk more.
Yeah, but I bet you I could be a better
you have to
Rick.
admit, for a $5 costume, that was pretty good.
No, your costume was definitely better, and because of who you are, your Rick character is great, but I could be a better Rick character. But you are a better literal Rick. If that makes sense, right?
No bad, yes.
Yeah.
But
Elite Force, why don't you tell us
Oh,
what
yeah, yeah, yeah.
states?
tell us about some of the cool stuff that Elite Force did.
So, obviously the VFC MP7, not a lot about that. Glocks.
Get your
still
waiting
nothing.
pants on.
Hope you like waiting.
So I have a comment from Gordon real quick, kind
Okay.
of backpedaling to the previous
fine.
conversation.
M14?
So he says, in his old man unpopular opinion, that everyone left paintball because it was lame corporate speedball.
Yeah.
Would you kind of agree?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't play paintball, so I can't 100,000% agree with this. And also, Gordon's getting trashed, so or he's getting trashed next time you have me on. So
All
next
right.
time you come through, we'll get trashed, and then we'll walk to the nearest bar, and then get further trashed.
Yes.
That would be great. But yeah, no, I would agree that there's some things in Airsoft, especially, me as the ordering guy, like I know about all the newest products and everything. There's some things that upset me because it's clearly a blatant attempt and just
For sales.
Yeah, for sales and just grab whatever the kids want now. And I feel like
Like
it's,
those workout treadmills from UK
yes,
Arms.
like UK Arms.
Yeah, all those kids that are getting into working out, this is unacceptable.
It really does upset me, like, I mean, I get it, and obviously I have to bring it in because it's my job to make the store money. But like,
you know.
but I mean, well, there's some things that I refuse.
You
to
don't
bring
always
in.
say he's good at his job.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm good at my job, but it is my job to make money in the description. But what I'm saying is like, There are just some things that I just see. I'm just like, you really, you had to do it. You had to go that far. Like, you had to go there. It's sad.
Your watch lights up, and I'm just like.
Alright, fine.
I mean, it's a cool concept. Like, it seems pretty cool to be like.
Okay, but like, so like Isaiah did the pink helmet thing before it was what like everyone did.
I mean, that's
that was
funny.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty great.
But then you get the whole argument of like, oh well, he did it and he was being original, but he wasn't the first, and then now we're doing it, and now it's all.
As long as you're, I don't know. I feel like if you're doing something,
Doing what
that's
you
your
enjoy.
thing.
Literally, that's
Yeah.
the long and short of it. If you look at a gun, you're like, oh, it's freaking awesome. Then do it. Like James likes the whole RGB thing in computers. Doesn't like when it stays on after he turns it off. But
no.
I prefer just a straight.
I'm not
black.
saying that's a selling point for me, but if it does have RGB function, that usually gets my
Right, that's my point.
attention a bunch.
But my thing is if it has RGB function, I turn it off. I just like I'm not a fan.
I have a purple computer. That's
I
pretty
respect anybody out there in the hustle that does
But
something.
my point
like
is
that.
he has his way of doing it. I have the right way of doing it. I'm just kidding. I have my way of doing it. And everyone just do what you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. I mean, I'll never
As long
knock
as you're
anybody.
not pissing someone else off.
Do
Exactly.
what makes you happy and doesn't ruin Airsoft.
Yeah.
Okay, so about the Elite Force MP7s, right? We were talking about those?
Mhm.
Alright, cool. Look at that perfect transition, BT dubs. So, what were you guys talking about? Because I forget.
I don't remember.
Okay, but I think we finished.
We kind of like were just like, yep, MP7's coming out, but no
Said
details.
MP40s,
I said
something like
MP40s. Okay, so we
You
Red
had a
Wolf.
comment about your Alright Stow, by the way.
All right, so they're
which is cool.
which is cool, which is nice.
See, the
Which
funny
is
thing
nice.
the funny thing is that when we started these videos, I was like, Dan, you say which is nice every sentence. He's
Yeah.
like, shit. Until it became alright
Wait,
so.
so now it's like that.
He just has a
I just
phrase.
didn't have any better.
Furthermore, moving on.
That's me.
So the Elite Force MP40s, it's another one in their Legend series. I mean, it's a full blowback. It's a closed bolt system. No, it's open bolt. Has a hop up, which is cool. CO2 powered. Gets 2 CO2 cartridges in the magazine. You'll get about 6 mags worth.
Okay, wait.
Shots?
The CO2 cartridges thing. Is it like the tip?
I'm gonna go break the seal, BRB.
No, it's not like the Titman.
Okay.
Yeah, because when Red Wolf did the video on it, you put a bolt in and they just lock in. Like
Okay.
they would in like an Uzi.
Good.
Like Uzi, which is pretty, like, it looks awesome, and it seems like, I remember.
So guys, what should I post on James's Facebook? You're seeing this live. He went to the bathroom.
If he didn't already post those photos about all of those dick patches he got, just be like, I'm definitely not gay. Post. They have no specified information for like getting it over here. Like I know they have it overseas, but that'd be something I would totally be.
What do I say, guys? Chime in quickly, chat.
I can't think of anything. Something. I can't think. I use up all my good stuff. I usually do it at work when I have time to make memes.
Oh.
Nope, I don't want to watch FNG Call of Duty. But, I mean, I'm excited. Like, that MP40 is awesome. Like, it looks great. Has a folding stock and everything.
Got it.
What did you put?
I'm breaking the seal only one drink in a week.
Chuckles, say alright so. Alright so. Oh, I got a request word. Oh, James didn't say that. How about using 2/8? I don't know what you mean 2/8.
And what specifically?
This dude was just like, he just said, I wish I could afford expensive things, I always break them.
What are you guys talking
how
about,
using
BTW?
2/8? Ew, I don't know what you're saying. Watch the MP40. I don't know. They haven't released a price point for the MP40. But that's gonna be totally awesome when it comes out. That's I mean that's just a cool
Bunch of
concept.
profanity.
Gas blowback MP40,
Who watched
dude.
the profanity? Is that me?
No, probably me.
He was the Kim Jong-un dude, so.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, well, watch your
so,
rockets, bro.
pretty fresh.
Okay, so like I said,
And then still, like you said, nothing on the blocks. BFC, their Avalon PDW style rifle
careful with the drop.
coming out.
We'll smack you.
They were teasing it at SHOT Show. They were teasing their PDW for the VFC like that we saw a while ago, but it never ended up coming out. So we saw some teasing for that.
I wonder if they have their new motors at SHOT Show. The brushless ones.
Oh yeah, the
I have no
UFC
clue.
PTS collab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been cool to see, for sure.
No
Next
clue.
year.
This is Mitchell. See, I'm sorry, but when you just say like this is Mitchell, you have to understand that we see like 100 players every weekend. So if you just say your first name, I'm not gonna know who you are.
Chill.
I'm sorry.
Jeez,
Tell us what gun you use, because believe it or not, we recognize people by
Yes,
that.
if you like say like I wear this camo or this is what I wear.
Yeah, if you say that kid Nate, and you're just like, well, there's a lot of Nates that
There are a lot of
that
people
kid that
out
uses the
there.
jacked colors.
Yeah, if you have like a one.
And you say, oh, that kid that uses the jacked ARP9, you're like, there. Oh,
So,
Nate's such
You know, we forgot to do a little plug at the beginning of the stream, so I'm going to say we should do a little mid-stream plug for this. And then,
plugs.
while we're doing this plug, if you guys have any questions for us, just feel free to ask. We'll probably answer them at this point, to be honest. And if not, we're probably going to just swap airsofting stories for the rest of the stream while we wait for questions from you. But
yeah, like just contribute. Like, please keep me on track. I'm assigning you guys, the viewers, the job of
right. So,
babysitting.
but before we do that, do you want to talk about memberships? We forgot to talk about that.
Oh, we got to talk about
that's
that,
right.
bro. We've been.
Well, I'm the annoying little 12-year-old. Okay, that literally. You could be one.
Okay,
of 1,000.
that's like when I used to work in a nursing home, and people would be like, "Oh, do you see my grandfather here? He wears glasses. He has white hair. He's in a wheelchair." And I'm like,
You're just like,
"Yeah, I see 10 of him."
Yeah, and they all smell like pee, just like these
Whoa!
12-year-olds. But sorry, what was the thing? Oh, memberships, right? So memberships are really cool. They're $6 a month. There's a $35 activation fee. You show up. Well, you don't show up. You go online. You go to Extreme Airsoft.
The opposite of showing.
Some people show up,
Ready? I'm not
pay for
I'm
it
not
in.
done yet.
They don't pay for it in store, but people are
I'll
like,
have to finish
wait,
my sentence.
memberships, and they'll literally sign up on their phones. Parents will literally come here,
That is a
like
thing.
hear about the memberships, whip out their laptops, and start doing it right there. It's
Yes,
an awesome
so they just whip it out. So yeah, it's always great helping people with that. But yeah, so it's $60. The EFT membership is by far the best. You go to extremeairsoft.ri.com/membership. You'll see all the price breakdowns, and Dan did a really great video kind of further breaking down all the benefits that you get. But the best deal by far is the EFT membership. $60 a month. There is a $35 activation fee associated with that because there is some bookkeeping on our end regarding that. But you get like free admissions. What?
Turn the speed dial down a little bit.
Well,
Yeah, dog, we got
this is
time.
something that we should have said at the beginning of the cast.
That's all good, but
Everyone
you don't
watching
need to
doesn't
run,
care about
dog.
this
Dog, you don't
incredibly
need to run.
super now right now. So what I'm saying is,
If you watch the video, essentially, you will know more than most of the staff here do about the
Right, we don't need to
membership.
go in every
they all
detail.
smell like pee.
Just like I said, just plug them in a little bit.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
like I
it's
said,
great. It's a great
check out our
program.
membership webpage.
We've had a few,
Save a lot of money.
yeah,
Yes.
honestly, like,
If you show up more than 2.5 times, it's worth it.
yeah, on a Saturday, like, you show up
in 1 month.
on 3 Saturdays,
Do that
that's
a weekend.
$15. Like, it's pretty awesome.
And the best part is if you're like the kind of person you're like you live close by and you're like I got a couple.
Vinny,
You're like I got a couple hours. I could go play some airsoft, but I don't feel like spending $25. What's up, Vinny? Hey, look, we finally did
Vinny.
memberships.
Vinny.
Vinny, well, you should chime in. How long it's been since what do you call it? I've been requesting memberships here at Extreme.
Popping
Too
up.
bad you're not here. We're drinking tonight.
It's like a sport for Vinny.
Such a nice person.
Oh, what? Like, what? You think if he was here, he would disagree? That guy's an animal.
Sad.
Okay.
But yeah, memberships save you mad money. Like there are a
can't
couple
tell
like
you.
nice loyal customers that are just like they're here all the time now, and it's okay.
Exactly.
Like we said, if you're close by, you don't want to pay $25 to pay for like 4 hours. I know my boys have been talking about it. They're just like, he's like, I have like 4 hours on a Saturday to play like before work, so I don't want to drop $25
Des?
every Saturday in a
Wow.
month.
Des?
What?
Oh wait, well who else would post on my personal Facebook page, I'm breaking the seal, only 1 drink in? I'm pretty sure I'm on my 4th drink in like an hour. So, also by the way, these are 8% alcohol.
I have no idea what you're
volume.
talking about. There's clearly no video documented evidence of me touching your laptop.
I'm sure. Well,
False.
let me, you know
I mean,
what?
true. There's no evidence.
You found,
It's false that
who
there's
liked it
evidence.
that tuned you
It was
in?
Dan.
Aw, Dan! Dan!
I just.
Yeah, it's right here, look at that. What is it, 1 hour? No, it doesn't tell me.
You
Yeah,
listen
look.
to the audio, I'm going, alright audience, what do I post on his Facebook?
No, I'm deleting that because I am absolutely a hard I'm a heavyweight. I'll kill the 6-pack before the
It's
stream
because
ends,
he's fat.
but I don't want to do that because I do have to drive home, so I
Yeah.
I do have to keep that in mind.
But no. So James, while we're waiting for any comments from the viewers, why don't you tell us?
Actually, I do have a comment.
Okay.
On YouTube from my boy King Jong-un Rocket Man.
Bruh.
What is the best gun for target shooting that's decently priced?
None of them.
Any gun at Walmart.
Go buy yourself a Springer.
Go to Walmart, buy
Non-blowbacks.
some crappy gun,
I'm
and shoot
blowbacks
targets
here.
with
Yeah.
it. All right.
Blowbacks.
Literally, you can shoot anything, any targets.
Wait,
with
did you
any
tell Des we
crappy
figured
gun.
out that like no airsoft pistols work with the kit? The
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, by the way, those 1911 conversion kits don't even work with like A1 style guns.
I put A1s in there. You're doing it wrong.
Wait, we tried the
We're doing that later when I
KWA one,
server
right?
up,
The
basically.
KWA one, right? Do you
Yeah,
know the one
we tried the
has?
KWA 1911, which is like mil spec.
Yeah, the
for
KWA
balls.
one's not gonna work.
They're the PTP. They're like the definition.
My
of
Elite
mil
Force
spec.
didn't work.
It's specifically for the KWC 1911s.
Didn't work.
That's
with
like
mine.
cheap Chinese brand with cheap Chinese brand.
Sure.
The frame on my pistol,
I have a
the frame
question.
on mine was too large.
I have a question from a viewer who's watching right now. I'm pretty sure. Is it possible to add glow-in-the-dark
it's not.
armbands while playing in low light?
Is
I
it
have a
po-
hard time figuring out who's on my team. This is a better way to tell who's who.
So something we've been talking about implementing soon is doing yellow bands on one team, green bands on the other. We need to get more team tape in to be able to do that.
But then it forces you to like, and then if there's someone choked up on a corner and all you can see is their rifle and like half of their face, you're not going to tell whose team they're on. You know, I understand, you know, we cannot glow in the dark.
So the issue is we used to have bands. We bought about 300 of them and they lasted 4 weekends.
Yeah, and to be honest, I
liked the bands.
I was a player when that was introduced, and I went home and I had one in my bag. So that's the reason why
I
I'm
still
doing it,
have
because even though
two
I
in my house.
want to steal the Vulcan neon green armbands, I accidentally ended up with it on my bag. So that's why we can't do it. If we were to get like reflective or glow in the dark stuff like that, unless we can find glow in the dark tape, which would be pretty rad, but I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
think that exists for an affordable price point.
Yeah, exactly. You know, with-
Mind you, we tape up several hundred arms a weekend, so we do have to keep in mind how much we're spending on tape.
ID your targets.
I do have one.
Nerd.
I'm putting slow pace and communicate with your BR0X, which is gross. Like you put it
Why
in
did
there.
you?
Well, I'm just saying it verbatim. And
That is
he's
also-
talking about me because I do talk very fast when I have alcohol in my system. I'm
He talks
definitely
fast in general.
what you would call drunk at this point. Either he's talking about this, or our current situation, or the situation on the field, which I would agree. You know, like on like a normal Saturday, sometimes the game goes super fast.
He's probably talking, about identifying IFF.
Yes,
Which is
IFF.
identifying friendly foe. I kind of messed that up. He's probably talking about IFF. In which case, I agree. All these people that complain about getting shot by their own team are generally people that try and lone wolf and run into the enemy spawn.
That too.
Which I'll be honest.
Kim Jong-un, trust me, I'm going to be here for a while.
Oh,
Where they
yeah.
run, where they
Trust me,
run.
I'll take his keys.
Yeah, or they don't clear it
I'm not
out and they
driving, bro.
run. It's happened a lot where I've been laying down fire. Kid decides to run in front of me, and then I shoot him in the back, and he's just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Wow, dude, thanks for the heads up that you were crossing a friggin' lane of fire."
Also, let's be honest. We've all done that kind of lone wolf thing and run into the enemy spawn. And what's our reaction when we get hit by friendly fire?
Yeah, you expect that.
You go, all right. And
That's when you learn. You get over it. Like, I've done that before where I was like coming around, I'm trying to wave at everybody. I'm like, guys, come on, we're moving up. And then I get shot, and I'm like, well, suck it up. Like, dude, you're going to respawn in a minute. What does it matter? Like,
It's not the end of the world. In front of the battlefield, but deal with it.
like, it's not it's not that big of a deal. Like, sometimes it can be a bit
bullets
much.
don't know friend or foe.
How crazy would that be? Like, if in our lifetime we had like
Nope.
bullets that would just like go like around people if they're like, oh, this is a friendly.
I don't know how that even works.
They do?
Yeah, they're about $30 a shot though, but they're smart bullets. That's the thing.
They're smart bullets? Wait, so that means that there are also baby killing bullets.
So they're
What?
They can maneuver slightly, but the idea is there's do you remember the disgustingly ugly XM8?
Yes.
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 So what that gun had integrated into it was a system where the shooter would point a laser at the target, right, and click a button. And what that would do, it would get a distance. And when you shot the bullet would explode at exactly that distance. So even if you missed the target, it would shoot it would explode in fragmentation right next to him. The idea is if you're coming up out of corner and you know there's some guy on the other end, on the other side of the corner, you point the laser at the ground, click the button, it gives it like a 2-foot detonation range, and you just shoot straight up. The bullet goes around the corner and explodes in the guy's face. But at $30 a round,
For you YouTube commenters.
at $30 a round, the U.S. Army decided that $900 mags of ammo were a little bit too much.
True.
Yeah,
Also, the XM8's lost out to the
what
Scar,
I'm getting at is, you know,
There are also
I like
bullets
to
that
call.
maneuver.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
And they can,
those also
you can home
exist.
in on targets.
They're $100 a round.
Yeah, otherwise known as, or I guess you could sign
They're
your
smart
targets as babies. Because I like to call my rifle the Baby Killer Extreme. Because you know how people get all upset, they're like, oh, assault rifles kill babies. So
If
that's
you want a
me.
security clearance.
Yeah, the Baby Killer Extreme, sure.
That's
Yeah, okay.
So,
Good luck with that, bro.
a few people on YouTube have Dominic, my boy Dom.
Dom,
shout out.
what's up?
That's the guy with the Italian
Vegetano.
Trooper camo. Yeah, the Vegetano camo. He said baby killing bullets. I'm just gonna say, you know, that's what it is.
I got mad
usually-
respect to people that run.
Usually the thing that you push with your finger is
Crazy.
the thing that pushes out the baby killing bullets. Because I have an assault rifle.
Shout out
That's
to
what
my
that is.
real
It's a
ones.
joke that I'm trying to make, but it's really poorly
It's a really bad
structured.
joke.
So just don't pay attention to me at this point. So Gordon is correcting us. The XM8 equals the US version of the G36. The OICW is a smart gun / airburst 25 millimeter.
Oh, right. He's right. There was one second. It was like based
The
on the
XM25.
The XM25,
Yeah,
that grenade launcher that shot the 20 mil or 40 mil?
yeah, that was another smart
Yeah, well,
bullet
the
system.
XM25 is a 25 millimeter airburst system,
There,
and the XM8 is the US is an 8 millimeter version of the US G36.
He's right. He's right.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you, Gordon. What would I do without my fact checkers?
But I know there was something based. It was a straight up smart bullet thing. It was based on the XM8. I can't remember. No. Also, the XM8 was still the ugliest gun in existence. It was in direct competition.
Well, it's like the fish gun, right?
It's so ugly.
What is
Yeah,
the what is?
Most HK guns are like fish guns.
So it was like the
It's
XM8,
sea
the
and it
Scar, I forgot what other rifles were like competing to be the new rifle. But they lost out. The XM8 lost out.
I like the Core 16 though. It's just another M4.
416 A5 with the not
Retarded
square.
magwell.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna word it better, but yes, the not completely autistic magwell is wonderful.
Yes, absolutely agree. So while we're waiting for more comments.
Oh, that's also coming out at some point, but I don't know when.
Yeah.
You can be like my boy who's in the Marines, and his sister called him a baby killer despite not having a combat job.
I don't think we need to go into that politics.
Anyways,
ARX
I-
equals fish.
also the 416, the A5s are going to have the Avalon intro.
Yes,
Oh, I would
so
expect
I'm
nothing
very
less.
excited. I'm
Yeah,
very excited
if they
for
did
you.
that like they've been doing with the regular
VSG's
416s,
just knocking it out of the park.
yeah,
They're
but
playing
like,
major leagues.
No, they're not knocking it out of the park, because what it is Umarex has a very big wallet, and they will not give you money out of their very big wallet unless it's a good product. So what they do is they say, I have lots of money, but I'm only going to
And
pay
they
you
go
for the best.
right, and then they go, all right, now make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So that's why Umarex is the best company in Airsoft. They're the best. I mean, that's really just all.
It's really no question about it. Yeah.
They're a wonderful company. Their quality control is on point. Their warranty is
We
fantastic.
wish they paid us to say that. They don't.
I know. I really wish that they did pay us for any
I'm
of
trying
this.
to think of other
yeah.
cool stuff.
But okay, well, like I said, while we're waiting for more comments
What
from
else was cool? I'm trying to think of what
our
else was
audience.
cool at SHOT Show.
No, Chacho wasn't that.
No,
spectacular.
what's cool at SHOT Show?
ASG is teaming up with ICS, but
No, what's cool with SHOT Show
That's it.
was the guy from More Guns or MoGuns.com and
Just
his
touching
videos of touching everything at SHOT Show. He just goes up to somebody and goes, touch, touch.
there's like 4
Touch.
videos. It's hilarious.
Touch.
This dude's great.
Sorry, headphones.
You are such a.
I did that on purpose. Touch. Like, if you watch the video, go to like Mo Guns Tactical or whatever it is, like MOE Tactical or whatever, and it's this guy who just videos taped himself touching stuff at SHOT Show. And he must have been doing this like all week long. Because then there's a point where guys were like, dude, fuck off. Like, stop touching my
PTS
shit.
came
He's
out with
like,
new star
touch,
rails.
touch. It's the funniest thing.
You would literally
I would get kicked out of SHOT Show.
You would cream your pants if you went to SHOT Show.
Yeah, which is probably why we didn't go this year.
That's pretty cool.
No, but like I said, while we're waiting for more comments from the audience, why don't you tell us your favorite story from Airsoft?
Oh, also PTS is
making James make a decision.
PTS is making Atom slides for the Elite Force Deluxe.
No. The sad thing is, my favorite Airsoft story. I mean, I have many Airsoft stories.
You can't ask me that. I don't know the answer. Don't ask me.
Let me speak. Jesus Christ. Sorry to use the Lord's name in vain.
Dog.
But my issue right now is that my favorite Airsoft story doesn't involve me doing anything cool. I'm the guy behind the guy doing something cool.
Whoa.
At least this is the coolest one that I can think of right now. And that's an operation, I think it was like Breaking Bag 3. I was with my team leader, Greg Volpet, and we were in Building 18. We were pushing down a hall with enemies in it, and they threw an R2B grenade. And they also had these like large furnaces doors. These doors were probably like 8x8 doors. You know, you put stuff in there and cook them or whatever.
Oh, this.
Yeah, and so I'm behind Greg. You know, like I think we're actually fighting Rycon and another squad.
Yeah. I was there for this.
And so I was the second man in this hallway push. And so someone throws an R2B grenade, and Greg is pushing the hallway with me, and they roll the grenade, and like I said, there's these furnace doors that are open, and there's obviously some other people at the other side of it. So, and from my perspective, you know, like 12 o'clock, I'm pushing on this hallway. There's double doors to my left, and there's these furnace doors to my right. Someone on the left side rolls a grenade, and then what Greg does is they roll a grenade, he kicks it back to them, it explodes behind the door, and then he dives down behind the furnace door to his right, so he kicks a grenade to the left, and then he dives down to the right, and then whacks 3 people stacked up in one of these big furnace doors. He gets up, and then he continues to push into the next room. And I'm just sitting here like, I wish I was this cool. Like, how is this guy this cool? And why wasn't that me? So that's my coolest Airsoft story. It's really pathetic because it doesn't involve me doing anything cool. I have plenty of stories of me doing cool stuff, but that was like the most badass moment. Like, you know, the hashtag battlefield moments, you know, you see these crazy battlefield videos. I would absolutely say that's the coolest video I've ever seen.
Urban
the coolest
Gray.
thing I've ever seen.
Urban Gray, PO9s, and
So-
75s. CC75s from Main Street. That's it.
Okay. So, kind of similarly, the story isn't even that much about me and more about what I saw others do.
Ooh.
I was in a squad, and this was, so I'll admit, this was back when I was really just starting to hit up bigger games. This was Autumn Justice, back when Autumn Justice used to go into like night. Not talking like dusk, I'm talking like, you know, it was like, I think 10 o'clock at night. Gordon, you might be able to correct me, but it was dark. It was really, really dark for a very long time too. And I was really just getting into the game, so I didn't have that much experience with Airsoft in general yet, so everything seemed a lot more exciting, but you know, it is what it is. And
So Bison.
and
Fucking sound dog.
Classic Army, PP19 Bison.
and what do you call it? It's middle of the night, and I'm moving to the squad. This is back when I used to play with Shadownet, Dan Cozy, Luis Gomez, Eric Wilcox, all them. Miss those days. Either way, so we're walking down this trail at FGF, Fieldwood Farms, and like about 100 feet away, we see a big group of people moving. And we yell, hey, green or tan? And then silence, dead silence. Our guns are up, their guns are up. Silence for a nerving amount of time. And this was before everyone had night vision, mind you. This is way before everyone had night vision. It was like 3 or 4 people did, you know? So no one knew what was going on. And we know their call. We had figured out what their call was for IFF. So we're just all sitting there. They go, we say green or tan, they say green or tan, no one's answering. And we just hear their call. They say, it's like, I don't even remember what it was, but they call out their call. And there's the second they say it, we all realize, oh, these guys are tan. We're playing green, obviously. And we erupt in fire, and they erupt in fire, and there's probably 3 or 4 guys in my squad, and probably 5 or 6 on their squad, all using tracer units. And let me tell you, just watching streams of fire coming from everybody in every which direction is one of the coolest looking things I've ever seen in Airsoft by far. It was...
I've seen some videos from like Milsim West. I think they posted a video on their page where there was like, it was under a night vision, you know, like someone put like a DSLR with night vision on it, and there was like a tracer, like just tracers going from both directions on these two
like
fronts.
as we've talked about in the past, our tracers aren't that useful, but oh my god, does it make it so much cooler. But
yeah,
here's what I'm excited for if we do simunition here. You get muzzle flash out of those things. Imagine doing that with all the lights off.
and the fog on.
Well, not even the fog on, because maybe a whisper of fog, but like when you shoot, it'll light up the whole room you're in. Like there's real muzzle flash on these things because it's a lower velocity ammo. The lot of the flash is outside the gun. What are you responding to?
Kim Jong-un Rocket Man asked, "What's your favorite car?" I don't have one because I live in the Hermit Kingdom.
What?
No, your favorite car is, of course, the only one produced by North Korea. There's clearly no better car.
What, a Kia? Wait, no, North
You're gonna
Korea?
make a lot of people mad with that comment.
I'm sorry.
What about you, Dan? Favorite story from Airsoft?
I got nothing.
Oh, come on.
I can't.
I gave you like a solid 10 minutes.
I know.
there.
I have bad memory, so I forget a lot of
time that
cool
you
stuff.
got a nail through your foot. That would be a
Yeah,
good
that was
story.
my favorite time ever. I mean, I think one of the coolest things that ever happened was the time that me and one dude fucked up a whole squad. And it was at Autumn Justice, me and my boy Trail Mix, Dave.
Oh wait, yeah, never mind. I just thought of my favorite time, but...
So then, it was just us, it was dark, it was the night portion of the game, we were just sitting there waiting, and the dude, Dave had a friggin' crazy flashlight on this guy. So he was like, dude, I hear people up front, I see some lights, like, people are ahead of us. So, I had an RPK, so I was ready to rip full auto on some kids. And, so then it was like on the count of 3, we'd hit the light, and we just shoot as much as possible. So then 1, 2, 3, lights on, there's like 2 squads, like compacted, like, we're like just barely, there's a really small trail, but like we're right next to the main road. So then I'm just like, I just lay it down, and he's like, me and Dave, like Dave's putting down fire too, but I'm just like hosing him down, 2 squads done, like all you see is just red lights, boop, 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 boop. Shut the lights off, and I was like, yeah, I was like, and everybody, they took it like a champ, they knew what they were getting into, and I was just like, that was one of the coolest moments ever, like my heart was racing, I was like, and this was like my second event ever, and it was pretty awesome, and then you saw those red lights go on, and then the red lights walked away, I was like, that's badass.
It's fantastic.
Stuff like that doesn't happen.
So it does remind me of a moment back when me and Jake were playing Recon together, and we were just walking up a trail, and all of a sudden we're like, oh, there's some tan guys coming. It's really like it jumped into some tall grass. It's like maybe 3 feet high, if that, 2 feet high, on the side of the trail, and we're just lying down like 50 feet, 60 feet off the trail. We realize this isn't some tan guys coming. This is the entire tan team pushing up through this trail. But they're on the trail. It's the end of the game, everyone's tired. And
Why are we missing Dom's ARX? Shout out to the ARX, our real ones out there.
And first of all, we realize it's a vehicle coming down the way. So Jake just goes, all right, give me the grenade launcher. So I hand him the grenade launcher. While we're lying down, he just stands up and sprints into the road, jumps across the road, and in like midair schwacks this vehicle with a Nerf rocket, and then gets blasted by the entire TAM team. So for some reason they thought he was alone. Definitely a miscalculation on their part. So I'm just lying in the grass watching them, and we get into a clearing.
Nice.
I stand up and schwap like 6 of them, go back down into the grass. This works probably about 6, 7, 8 times. There's a whole, probably 2 to 3 squads of dead dudes standing in front of me at this point. And the XO of the TAM team at that point comes walking forward. He's like, you guys need to push up. why is everyone just standing around? And I think he had that moment of, wait, everyone has red rags on. And I just stand up
that
and
realization.
slap, and I nail him and go back down, and he's, unfortunately, doesn't call it.
That's a good thing that the
and
10
runs
XOs are
back,
good
and I'm
for.
like-
Yeah, that's the best when you shoot someone in like a squishy part and they flinch and they don't
They
call
flinched
it.
hard. This wasn't even a soft flinch. This was like a...
Yeah, when they flinch hard and they don't call it, and you're just like, you are a faggot.
The good thing is that you
He
highlighted
doesn't
what
tell at
the
the time, which is a bit unfortunate. But you know what? My motto is at that point to shoot him again.
you highlight what the tan XOs are only good for. Yelling for no reason. That's the one thing. We were literally just like walking, like we're like, okay, we're trying to get forward, but like we can't move. We're like stuck, and the dude, and he's just screaming. I was just like, why are you yelling at us? It's like we can't go anywhere. We're stuck. It's like we're like in the back. We're like, okay, we're pulling rear. You guys are just a lot of yelling. I'm like, dog, calm down, okay?
They're softer as
I
peeled.
was like, you need to calm down, okay? This is not like a life or death situation. You're not inspiring me to do anything. I'm going to sit on this road as much as I want. I do what I want when I want. That's
It's funny. I think all three of our favorite personal like messing shit up stories are all from the Stag Ops event. So if I like,
Because there's just so many opportunities. That's what those games provide. Is if you want to get in a gunfight,
it's good.
If you want to get in a gunfight in those games, you can always find a gunfight.
Yeah. That's
not
the
the
thing. You don't have to listen
events
to
in my experience.
it's not always the best move, but it usually.
If you're looking for a fight, you can find one.
Everyone complained about the time Green got stuck in the valley. To me, that was one of the best games. You know why? It was only a 3-second walk to any gunfight.
True, yeah.
If I wanted a gunfight on the left, I walked over there. If I wanted a gunfight in the middle, I
That would
walked
happen
forward.
a couple of years ago. I was just like, man, we can't even leave our spawn. But I'm like, but
You're
damn,
not getting tired, right?
we ain't really got to go anywhere. I could do this all day. I could
Right?
keep running into fire all I want.
My favorite story of that though was when you told me Brendan McCarthy, or was it Brendan McCarthy or someone else who was like, "Oh, is that Dez over there?" And then I swapped him in the face.
Oh yeah, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that was Brendan. Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, is that?"
Stuff
But
like that.
you were gonna say something.
So I actually do have a video, or not a video. I wish I had a video of this. A story of
A video of
me
this, a story.
absolutely destroying people, and it actually involves me, not someone else, not from my perspective.
Wow.
And so what is this? This is, I think it was like Spring Offense, or I think it was Autumn Justice. I think it was the 2015 or 2016
Can't wait to
Autumn
roll up
Justice.
on this year.
Okay.
And what happened was, me and Durga as a whole got kind of split up, like literally split down the middle. We were 2 fire teams and we took 2 different paths, and it was night and we got split up, which is stupid because we all have night vision, so you think we'd all be coordinated like that, but no.
Night is night.
It is night. And so I was playing with a few of the newer guys. I know there was one or two more experienced guys with me, and then I was that, and so we're going down this pathway, and this is when Green was in the valley. So we started in the valley, and we had to go, first of all, up like a 60-degree incline, and then we were on a path. This is probably about a few hundred feet away from our spawn. We get there, and we run into enemy contact. Heavy enemy contact in the enemy spawn at night. And it's kind of crazy because, you obviously don't expect that kind of stuff. So I wasn't first in line for that.
Contact in the enemy spawn?
Well, no, not enemy spawn, sorry, friendly spawn. You wouldn't expect that so close to your spawn. And so the first 2 guys in stack go down, and we're on this path, and I like dive into the woods. I'm like, first of all, I'm not a medic, so screw that. I'm diving into safety. So I dive into safety, and it's this path. Think of like a T. And so I'm on this T right here, right? And I dip to the left of this T, and then the enemy team is all up around here. There must have been like 30 of them. It was absolutely insane. And so a few of my guys go down. I'm staying really low, using the shadows because we run out at night. I've said this in a few other podcasts. There are shadows at night. If you use night vision, you can very clearly see them. And so I'm staying in the shadows, and it just comes to the point where everyone's still alive, or everyone's dead but me. I'm the only guy alive. And this team is...
the medic?
No, I said I'm not the medic.
Oh, okay.
And so basically what happens is I'm like, all right, screw this. Like everyone else is dead. I'm going to see what I can do to these
Risk
guys.
taker.
And so I turned my EOTech. I don't have a real EOTech, my Airsoft one, so I sadly don't have the infrared version. So I turned it all the way down to the lowest setting, and I use that. I co-witnessed that through my PBS 14. And these guys, they think that they just hose the whole squad. So they're kind of like walking up this. They're fanning forward. They have a pretty good line. And so I just start whacking them one by one, and I don't use any infrared or white light to use this because I'm using my EOTech, which is sighted in to my advantage. I do that, and so they're slowly pushing towards me, and I pendulum swing down. So think of a pendulum, like kind of like a tempo almost, and I'm slowly going down and down and down. And as I'm doing this, and there's the path in the middle of me. So I'll jump to the right path, to the left, right. I'll
Other
go
people
down.
just use the word zigzag.
Zigzag, sure.
True.
But I like to think of it more of as a beautiful pendulum.
Yeah, but so you're just trying to make things sound cooler.
Well, because it was really cool. So
It's a zigzag.
I'm trying to pendulum back and
So
forth.
I would pendulum from one side. I'd probably shoot 2 or 3 people, and I'd run across, and I'd shoot another 2 or 3 people. And then at one point, I ran across this path that I'm falling back on, and there was someone literally like crouched on there. And I turn on my light, and I accidentally had it on white mode, and I put like 8 BBs into his face, and I just jump into the other side, and then I just keep going back and back and back. I must have hosed like 15 people. Like I'm not trying to like talk myself up, but
No, it's fun.
it was probably the most insane like adrenaline rush. And it got to the point where this is like a 15-20 minute firefight, and I'm just moving so much because at nighttime, if you stay in one space, you shoot, people are gonna figure out where you are and move towards that. Got to the point where I was starting to slow down, and I was tripping over all the brush at UBG. And it got to the point where I tripped and I fell, and I was like crawling. I was literally grabbing branches to move. And I stood up and someone shot me like 4 times in the side. I'm like, all right, I'm dead. And you can almost hear this like the cheers from the other guys, like, he's dead, he's dead. It was
awesome.
It was the craziest moment I've ever had. Like I that night alone, I probably like, if you want to talk about like KD, I know that doesn't matter in Airsoft, but KD probably was like 18 to 1 was my KD. And later on that night, we go on and we're pushing towards like Fort Kick-Ass or Tiger or whatever it is, and there's this crazy thing, and I'm off on the side of this path, and this enemy squad is walking up with like 8 guys. They're walking right up to me, and I'm just standing there with night vision down. I'm looking right at them as if it's clear daylight. I'm off to the side. I have my gun just like this, and I'm just like watching them. Like, it's the most insane thing in my life. And all of them walk by except the last guy in the stack, and he stops. He looks dead at me, from me to Dan. Dead at from me to Dan, and he goes, "Hey guys, I think there's someone right here." And I'm literally like freaking the fuck out. I can't describe my emotions that I was going through as I'm looking through this guy. He probably must have saw like the green reflection from my glasses, from my M frames. And he's like, "Guys, I think there's someone here." And they're like, "Nah, shut up, bro." And he's like, "No, like I think there's someone right here." And I'm just like, "Dude, fuck off, like go away." And he slowly raises his gun, and I'm like, all right, I guess I have to do this. And so I shoot him like 4 times in the leg. I dip across to the middle of this thing, and they're all like kind of in a line. And I pose probably like 4 or 5 of them, and I just dip up. At this point, I'm just sprinting. So
You're like, all right, I'm done.
Go into the middle of this path. I shoot probably 4 of them, and then I just sprint because I know that no matter what cover I find, they're gonna figure out where I'm in within a few seconds. So I'm just sprinting. I sprint and I sprint and sprint. And at this point, I'm so far away from my squad that I try to radio in. Turns out they're like a mile the other way. And it just becomes this whole fun story that's not very interesting of me trying to figure my way back. But
That's funny.
it's very interesting. So I'm done holding the conversation with my bizarre stories. But night for me, like, and that was the time that for me night was like the most crazy thing in the entire world. Like, I love night play. I love using night vision. I would love to get Sentinels. For me, night vision or night airsoft play is just bizarre. It's so much fun. That's the best way I can explain it. So sorry if I bored you guys to death with this story, but that was the coolest thing.
Just about the end of the stream. Is there any more good comments or anything like that?
Someone says James is Rambo. I would agree. I know the amount of
You have to start it off, okay?
the amount of adrenaline that was going through me that night was absolutely insane. Like, you know, usually in Airsoft, like I could be sitting 3 feet away from a 15-man squad and be completely cool. But that night I was like shaking from how insane it was.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that's
James' bizarre adventure. That's what I'm gonna say, but yeah, so.
All right, but I think with that, it's about time for us to wrap up. Do you want to do a quick, quick recap of the announcements?
February 11th, event at D-Day, here at Extreme Airsoft, World War II themed event, USA and the UK versus the Germans. Pre-register online, save $5. If you're an EFT member, you just need to tell us what team you want to be on if you're going to be there. Don't even need to worry about nothing. So, do memberships. Check that out on our website. EFT is the best deal. There's a whole video explaining it. February 15th, Pistol Shotgun Night. Pistol shotguns, gas pullback rifles only. Titmans don't count. Gas in mag, no HPA tap rifles. That kind of a thing. Adult night is the 16th, so that is from 6 p.m. to midnight. It is going to be 18 plus 400 FPS. You can go prone, no safety kills, realistic lighting, more intense or more involved gameplay. 18 plus only, like I said. It's $20 non-rental, $30 with rental, $35 to play for the whole day. 11 to 6 is still going to be standard Airsoft gaming. And then we have the Expo, April 8th. If you are a team and you're interested in being there, go online to our website, pre-register through PayPal, $10 just to get a table, just so you can have all of your, you can like hand out patches, you can do whatever, but pretty much advertise yourself. A lot of the people from the Northeast fields, hopefully we'll get some more fields coming out here. But teams, advertise yourselves, get yourselves out there. It's going to be a nice little way for the New England Airsoft community to come together as a whole family. And then $20 is the event fee if you have something you want to sell. Unfortunately, we can't do anything with like raffles or anything anymore. But
you got knuckles. You know the way. Sorry.
You know the way.
Someone brought that up, so.
Sorry. But so you got to make sure that you guys are there. It'll cost you nothing if you just want to show up. Check out all the teams that have, you know, some. We may or may not have some actual companies coming out. Like last year, we had G&G come last year. PTS came, so we'll be seeing who else joins us for that. So make sure that you guys are there. Check out more info. It's on our Facebook, on our website.
And what should they look forward to on Thursday for a upcoming video? Don't know yet.
Well, yeah, we tried to do. We wanted to do a video like our first lab video. We wanted to do it on bio BBs versus non-bio BBs.
Okay.
Which was really good, but the problem is you can't see any of the footage that we took. Like, you can't see any of the BBs, like, when they break or when they don't, even in, like, super slow motion.
I have something to make a note of. Tomorrow night, join us for...
Hopefully, if I'm not stuck at work late.
Well, join me and possibly Des for a stream of me playing video games. I'll probably drink because I got nothing else to do. And I'll be stuck here for a few hours because there's a late night event here at Extreme. So I'm going to bring my computer, I'm going to stream, and I'll play PUBG, probably Battlefield 1. If you don't show up, I mean, I'll just play PUBG if you're here, but maybe War Thunder.
All right.
Many fun games. So come through.
This time, oh wait, never mind. This time James will be the main camera again. We won't make this because he won't have internet. That sucks.
My internet will be great. My computer's better than
We apologize. You wouldn't know that on the last stream.
Last one was rough.
That was so bad.
That was bad, really bad. Like, you were.
I'm really good at video games. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I'm not saying you're not.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I'm really good at video games.
I mean, all right. On that bombshell, thanks joining.
Guys for watching us.
Thanks for and thanks for a year of watching.
Yeah, I can't believe
1 year.
Dude. Right. Here's another 6 months.
Right.
Or
6 months.
Forever.
He's hopeful.
Forever. 5 ever.
We're looking to get some better audio equipment, so hopefully that'll.
Hopefully soon we'll be
soon,
racking up some of them dollars. So watch our YouTube videos and we can get stacks and ranks and improve everything.
And on that note, stay tuned for news about the Simunition stuff. But like I said, thank you for joining. We certainly enjoyed this stream. I hope you did too.
I did.
have a hard morning tomorrow morning.
And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
You guys have
See
a
you
nice
guys. See
night.
you this
Thank you guys
weekend.
for watching. I gotta go.